Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and today we're back with another Honkai Star Rail review. I'm actually going to be talking about Luocha here and whether he's actually meeting my expectations based on what I had in my pre-release analysis. I think a good follow-up video is really nice, and let's jump into the quick review. What do I think? I note that I only have been playing him for 24 hours in version 1.1, but I have plenty of experience testing him out in the closed betas in 2022 as well. As you can see from my previous videos with him and Blade and stuff like that, I had tons of experience with this character. One thing's for sure is from CBTs to official launch, he feels a lot better to play. He has received multiple buffs as I followed him through his journey of being first released in the closed betas all the way to being live. Plenty of buffs as well, and he is definitely much more useful now. His healing is stronger, he's also a little bit faster, he has more utility outside of that, and does decent amount of damage now compared to before. And also with the new relic sets and new light cones being released compared to pre-release, he definitely feels much more versatile and stronger in my opinion. So what are the letdowns? Let's start off with the bad first, then we get into the good things, shall we? I think that seems much more balanced as well. The bad stuff, I think that his attack, his damage potential is not as high as I expected him to be. Note that I already run him for a little bit of damage here. I have him built as a 2-piece, attack 2-piece imaginary. I took away all like the better gear and put it on Yukong because I found Yukong a lot better at doing damage compared to Luocha. Really, a lot of his utility comes from his ability to break the enemies. He does very good amounts of breaking with his ultimate ability, but okay amounts of attack, but still much more damage compared to the likes of other sustained characters like maybe Bailu as well as Natasha. Definitely Luocha feels a lot better to play as well. Another bad thing that I feel about his overall kit, which I already felt when going live, as in the closed betas before going live, his healing here, in his skill ability and his talent ability, is not as reliable as other characters as some of us might think. For example, a lot of us have this like panic button heal from Bailu's ultimate. You can just press this button, everyone heals up. Same for Natasha, you press this and you heal up. Japat kind of works in the same way as well, because this is like a panic button. If you're about to receive a huge attack, you just need to press this, everyone heals up. Luocha doesn't have that, unfortunately. He doesn't have like a panic button heal where you can immediately press one button and your whole team is secured. Meaning that you have to do a bit of planning in advance to work around his talent ability as well as his, for example, his skill ability. If it's off cooldown and your character is too low life, often they will just die if they receive very strong amounts of AoE damage. So that is one of the other downsides from his kit that I already felt in CBT 2, and it's the same in CBT 3 and going live and etc. as well. It doesn't really change too much. He's not a simple character to play. So if you're just like Unga Bunga kind of style, you're very used to Natasha and Bailu, you might not like his a bit more higher complexity playstyle compared to the rest of them as well. So those are like really my two downsides that I have. I expected him to not really work well with a lot of the light cones, except like maybe his own signature light cone, but I am quite surprised that he works pretty well with light cones like this time waits for no one. I think that he will work well with post-op conversation as well. Not super fantastic as mentioned in my build guide video, but I think he will still work well with a lot of current light cones in the game. So that downside does dissipate a bit. But now let's go into the good, which I think is tremendously much more compared to the bad as well. I already done like build guide videos and stuff, team comp videos, so this video is not meant for that. This is going to be my post-release analysis on what is my rating. I'll also give my rating towards the end, what I think about this character as well. Overall, Luocha is good. It has plenty now in version 1.1. Firstly, the first things first, he has a lot of new sets that are being released that work very well with him. Where he really shines and where he really impresses me is really the amount of versatility this character has. If you think about his overall kit, and we just go into his traces here real quick, he has a Dispel in his kit, he has an AoE imaginary break, and when you break enemies with imaginary, it's also a speed down and also a pushback also. So very, very strong amount of attacking on the enemy, debuffing on the enemies already. Not only that, you also have auto heal at 50%, which doesn't require much skill points, and now you're also able to remove debuffs, very, very strong as well. He also has this passive feel that allows your team, when they attack, to share the lifesteal among like quote-unquote lifesteal when they attack, because when they attack they heal, and they share it with all team members, so very good amounts of sustained healing on the side. With Eidolons, he gets even better with attack buffing for the team. He also has a shield that he can put out on characters or increases his outgoing healing. He has damage reduction on the enemy, and last but not least, he also has all rest shred, similar to Zhongli from Genshin Impact as well. This character, in my opinion, is the complete character in Honkai Star Rail. He is not the number one DPS, number one healer by any means. A lot of them do the work better, but if you are thinking about a character that can fit through the rising tide of meta, the changes in the memory of chaos, or what they might offer, I do think that he is the equivalent of a Kokomi. For those of you who play Genshin Impact, he does almost everything, and he's a character that is very reliable, especially since it's coming from a healer role, does a bit more offense, but is a little bit higher skill to play. In my opinion, my ranking for him, I'll probably rate him as a S+ tier, probably at the highest tier I have, simply for the fact that he checks all my boxes when I rate characters: high versatility, high investment value, good amounts of synergy with characters in the game currently, and also has a lot of potential to improve, especially with other imaginary characters coming out too, and more destruction characters coming out which could make use of his 50% heal kit as well. And if you like such thoughts on these kind of characters after they are released, maybe you just want to feel a sensing of where I think they are, do leave me a like, comment if it's helpful, and I'll do more of these series as well. I'll probably be doing one for Yukong and future characters too. But other than that, do click on this video here if you're interested to know my thoughts on maybe the 4 of them that have been released: Zila, Luocha, as well as Silverwolf and Jingyuan. Who do I think is the best, and what are my thoughts on them as well? Thank you so much for watching. See you next video.